Have you ever been in this uncomfortable situation? Someone looks at you and asks in English, "So, what are your future plans? How do you usually handle stress in your daily life? What is one decision that changed your life? Or maybe, if money was not a problem, what would you do with your life?" And suddenly, your mind becomes completely silent. You understand the question, you know what they are asking, you even have thoughts in your mind, but your mouth decides to retire. No words, no confidence, only panic. Your heart starts beating faster. Your hands feel nervous. You try to remember the perfect words. You search for perfect grammar, perfect pronunciation, perfect vocabulary. You want to sound smart. You want to sound confident. You want to sound like someone who definitely has their life together. But instead, you smile nervously, look at the ceiling like the answer is written there, and say the most dangerous word in English, "actually." And then, silence. Long silence. Painful silence. The kind of silence that makes your soul leave your body. And the worst part? Later, when you are alone, the perfect answer comes. A beautiful answer. A confident answer. An answer worthy of a job interview. And you sit there thinking, why didn't I say that? Why does this happen every single time? I understand English, so why can't I speak clearly? Why do smart people still struggle so much? If this feels familiar, please stay with us today, because this problem is very common. And no, it does not mean you are bad at English. It does not mean you are slow. It does not mean you are not smart enough. Actually, many smart people struggle more because smart people think too much. They analyze too much. They want perfect grammar, perfect pronunciation, perfect vocabulary, perfect confidence. They do not want mistakes. They do not want embarrassment. They do not want people to think, "Oh, this person's English is weak." So they wait. They think. They prepare. They stay quiet. And while they are trying to be perfect, the conversation moves on. The moment disappears. The chance is gone. And slowly, they begin to lose confidence. They stop speaking. They avoid conversations. They stay silent in meetings, silent in interviews, silent in classrooms, silent in life. And then they start believing something dangerous. Maybe English is just not for me. But listen carefully. That is not true. The real problem is not English. The real problem is fear, overthinking, and waiting too long before speaking. And today, we are going to change that. Because if you understand English, but still struggle to speak, this conversation may help you more than you think.
Wow, that feels so real. Because honestly, almost every English learner experiences this. You study vocabulary, you watch English videos, you listen to podcasts, you understand movies, you even correct other people in your head, very confidently. But when real speaking starts, panic also starts. Your brain suddenly opens 47 tabs at the same time. Is this grammar correct? Should I use present perfect here? Is my pronunciation strange? What if they laugh? What if I forget words? What if I sound stupid? And while your brain is having a full business meeting, the other person is already talking to someone else. Conversation finished. Opportunity gone. Confidence damaged.
Exactly. And that feeling hurts because deep inside, you know you can do better. You know you are trying. You know you are learning. But speaking still feels like climbing a mountain while wearing slippers. Very difficult, very risky, very emotional.
Especially in public, especially with strangers, especially in interviews, especially when your brain decides to disappear at the worst possible moment. Honestly, sometimes our own brain is our biggest enemy. Very rude behavior.
Very rude. Sometimes I feel like saying, "Excuse me, brain, we practiced this yesterday." But no, the brain says, "Today, we choose drama."
Yes, full drama. Oscar-winning performance.
Exactly. But don't worry. Today, we are not here for drama. We are here for solutions. So first of all, welcome to Enjoy Learning English. I'm Emma.
And I'm Tom.
And today, we are talking about something powerful. Why smart people still struggle to speak English clearly. and more importantly, how to finally fix it. No stress, no boring classroom lecture, no difficult grammar rules, just a calm, friendly conversation, like sitting with two friends, drinking tea, and talking honestly about real life.
Yes, so relax. Take a deep breath, bring your tea, bring your coffee, or if you're like me, bring snacks, because personal growth is better with snacks.
Of course, very educational snacks.
Exactly. Science supports chips.
I am still checking that science, but okay, let's continue. Tom, why do you think smart people struggle more with speaking English?
I think the biggest reason is perfection. Smart people often want to be correct. Not good, correct, perfect. They think, if I speak, I must sound impressive. I must use advanced words. I must have perfect grammar. I must not make mistakes. And because of that, they delay speaking. They prepare too much. They practice silently. They stay safe. But speaking does not improve in silence. Speaking improves by speaking.
Exactly. That is the trap. Many learners think fluency means perfection, but real fluency is not perfection. Real fluency is communication. Can people understand you? Can you express your idea? Can you connect with someone? That matters first. Not perfect grammar, not a perfect accent, not sounding like a dictionary with emotions. Connection first. Perfection later. That is powerful. Let me ask everyone listening something important. Do you want to sound perfect, or do you want real conversations? Because sometimes those are two different goals. Yes, and many people spend years preparing, watching English videos, reading books, learning new words, writing notes, buying notebooks they never use. Very expensive motivation.
Ah, yes, the famous new notebook confidence. Very powerful for exactly 2 days.
Exactly. But if you never speak, your English stays inside your head, not in your real life. Knowledge without action changes nothing.
That is true. It is like watching gym videos every day, but never exercising. You know everything about fitness, but the stairs still defeat you.
Exactly. English is the same. Watching helps, listening helps, learning helps, but speaking is a skill, and skills grow with use, not with wishing. Now, let's talk about another big problem, translation. Many learners think in their own language first, and then translate into English. This feels safe, but it is very slow, and real conversations move fast.
Yes, someone asks, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? And your brain becomes an old computer. Loading, loading, still loading, system failure.
Haha, yes. And by the time your answer is ready, the person has already changed the topic. Too late. The goal is not perfect translation. The goal is simple thinking. Use easy English first. For example, instead of saying, I engage in recreational outdoor activities, just say, I like going outside. Simple, clear, natural.
Exactly.
Simple English is not weak English. Simple English is strong English. Let's practice. Repeat after me. Simple English is strong English. Again, simple English is strong English. Very good. Now, another reason smart people struggle. They judge themselves too quickly. They make one mistake, and suddenly they think, my English is terrible. I sound stupid. I should stop speaking. No, that is not failure. That is practice. Learning is messy. Growth is awkward. Progress is sometimes embarrassing. That is normal. Yes, imagine learning to ride a bicycle. You fall once, would you say, that's it, I will never try again? No, you try again. Language learning is the same. You fall, you stand up, you continue. Exactly. For example, someone says, yesterday I go to the market. Grammar mistake? Yes. Can people understand? Also yes. Communication happened. That matters first. Later, grammar improves. First connection, then correction. Repeat after me. First connection, then correction. Again, first connection, then correction. Beautiful. Now let's talk about confidence. Everyone says, I need confidence. But confidence is not magic. Confidence is built. It grows from action, not from waiting. Yes, many learners wait for confidence first, but confidence usually comes after speaking, not before. You speak, you survive, you improve, then confidence grows. Start small. One sentence, then another. Small, brave steps. That is the real path.
I like that. Small, brave steps, not giant, dramatic jumps, because giant jumps usually end with panic and emotional snacks.
Mostly emotional snacks. Now, let's talk about listening.
Many people want better speaking, but they do not listen enough. Listening teaches rhythm, pronunciation, natural expressions, confidence. English is not only grammar, it is sound, it is flow.
Yes, that is why podcasts help. Slow English helps. Daily listening helps. Even repeating small phrases helps. For example, I see what you mean. Very useful. Repeat after me. I see what you mean. Again, I see what you mean. Another one. That makes sense. Repeat. That makes sense. Again, that makes sense. These phrases are simple, but they make conversation smoother because they are real. Now, let's talk about daily habits. Improvement comes from small daily practice, not one magical day. First, talk to yourself. Yes, really. Speak about your day. I am making breakfast. I need to study today. I feel tired. This helps your brain use English naturally. Second, read short things out loud.
Speaking
Use your
is
voice.
physical.
Your mouth
Your
needs
tongue
practice too.
Needs exercise, like a tiny gym. Third, welcome mistakes. Mistakes show growth. No mistakes, maybe no progress. Fourth, record yourself. Yes, it feels strange. Everyone hates hearing their own voice, but it helps. You notice pronunciation. You notice speed. You improve. Fifth, find one speaking partner. Just one. A friend, a classmate, an online learner. One good partner is enough. Consistency matters more than quantity. Exactly. And now, mindset. Stop saying, my English is bad. Start saying, my English is improving. Words matter. Your self-talk matters. Yes, change the story in your head. Repeat after me. My English is improving every day. Again, my English is improving every day. Another one. I do not need perfection. I need progress. Again, I do not need perfection. Beautiful. Before we finish, please remember this. You are not behind. You are learning. You are not failing. You are practicing. And your voice matters, even if it shakes, especially if it shakes. So today, what is one small thing you will do for your English? Will you speak one sentence? Will you listen for 10 minutes? Will you record yourself? Will you stop waiting for perfect confidence? Tell us in the comments. And also, comment your country. We love seeing where our listeners are from. Different countries, different accents, same goal. Better English, better confidence, better connection. Thank you for spending this time with us today. We hope this helped your English and your confidence too. Remember, smart people do not need perfect English. They need brave English. Speak, try, repeat, grow. That is the real path. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe. And don't forget, comment your country. We would love to hear from you. Keep learning, keep speaking, keep trusting yourself. And we will see you in the next lesson. Goodbye, everyone.